Hi, this is Mrs. Went, and let's go over how to do a works cited page for your critique essay. Here is an example of a completed works cited page. You'll notice it says works cited in the center, and this all fits on one line. And we'll talk about indentation and line spacing in just a minute. So I just wanted to show you an example of a completed works cited and what it will look like. So let's get you started on how to do this. This is my pretend student. So I have several pages here, and your work cited needs to go at the very end of your essay. So here's the last word of your essay, so you're going to hit enter until you get down to the next page. You're going to title it Work Cited, and you'll notice this is indented. I'm going to hit the backspace until it's all the way to the left. I'm going to center it, so it says Work Cited. I'm going to hit the enter button once. You'll notice it says Work Cited and not Works because you're only citing one work, one source. Okay, so we have the title Work Cited. We've hit the enter button once, and then I'm going to put the cursor back to the left. Now the first thing you need to do, and I do put this in the little PowerPoint, there's a little list of information, and you might want to print this out or have this handy. Title, whoops, that's the steps. Here it is. The first item you need is the editor, author, or compiler name. Most of the time, your websites are not going to have a specific name attached to them unless you have, for example, a small charity group that was founded by one person and that one person is running the website. In that sense, you will have an editor or author's name. But for your large associations or large charity organizations, you're not going to have a single person's name. So if there is nothing like that available, you just skip that. See, it says if available. So the next thing we're going to do is look at the name of the site. So my sample site is an organization I belong to, National Council of Teachers of English. So the name of the site is this up here, NCTE, National Council of Teachers of English. So I'm going to go to my essay, NCTE, National Council of Teachers of English. Now this is the title of the entire website, so I'm going to put that in italics. Okay. So the next item on the list, version number. More than likely there will not be a version number, but to find out where the version number is, this is the home page and scroll all the way down. You are looking for the copyright information. Any version numbers will show up here. More than likely there is not a version number, so we're just going to skip that. Name of institution, organization affiliated with the site, the sponsor or publisher. Again, for your professional associations and charity organizations, the name of the site and the sponsoring group are going to be the same. Now, just for stylistic purposes, and you might want to do this as well, I'm going to, especially if your professional association has an acronym, that's what NCTE is, I'm going to just use this as the title of the website. And this is also in the web address, ncte.org. Oops. So I have the title of the website in italics. I've unitalicized the sponsoring organization. And then you put a comma. The date of resource creation, if available. So once again, you're going to come down to the bottom of the website, and this is what you're looking for, copyright. Sometimes there's a date range. The first time they created this website, that date should be the first date. So I'm going to put 1998. The last date is 2012, so they have made updates this year. So I'm going to go back to my essay, 1998. So let's just review. The first item in italics is the name of the website with period at the end. The second item is the sponsoring organization. So this is where you could spell out that acronym. And no italics. Put a comma and then the date the website was created, a period, and then just a single space here. The medium of publication. Everyone should type the word web because it's the World Wide Web. I don't know why they don't put internet, but they like the word web. And the very last item is date of access, the date you first accessed it for this project. So let's say it was last Tuesday, so that's the 21st of August 2012. And they like it. This is what I call European style. This is how they want the dates in MLA. And that's it. Now, let's take a look at this. This all fits on one line. Notice I don't need to put the URL in. Some instructors like you to put URLs in. They're really redundant. You don't need them because I can come to any search engine and type in the name of your website and find it. So if you did ASPCA and I type it in here, it's right here. I can find your website. I don't need the URL if it loads up here. Okay, so let's just take a look. One thing you want to make sure you do is make sure your Works Cited is in the same font and font size as the rest of your essay. Make sure the line space, the indentation, if you run into the second line, let's say you have a long title for your website name, blah, 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 blah. So it runs into the second line. Put your cursor here on the second line, hit the enter button once, and then hit the tab button once, and then you indent. For Works Cited pages, you always indent the second or third or fourth lines. It's kind of like a reversed paragraph. Okay, let's double check the line spacing. Now, I know all of this is little tiny things, but these are the little details that make your essay look professional and clean and neat. You won't fail the essay, but it does show that you have put in the effort, and that way you know how to do this. So I've selected, actually you could hit Control A, and this will select your entire essay to verify that the line spacing is correct. Right click and go to Paragraph, and come here to spacing, and before it says 0, after it says 10, you want to take out that 10 and put 0, and then make sure it says line spacing double, and then hit OK. And that's going to fix your line spacing, and you might have to readjust this. And that's it. And then you hit save, and you're done. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful.